A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Tuesday, March 7th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. The town of Wawayanda has been granted $1 million toward upgrades to its Robbins Meadow wastewater treatment facility. The state money will cover a large portion of the price tag, says Town Supervisor Denise Quinn.
There were increased requirements for the discharge for the districts, so we were proactive in updating that district, and we applied for this grant to help with the cost. The total cost is supposed to be about $1.6 million, and this grant that we received is $1 million. So it will help those homeowners in that district substantially not have to bear the total cost of the improvement.
Quinn says the remaining $600,000 cost of the project will have to be bonded. The town will install an ultraviolet effluent disinfection system to improve water quality by reducing pathogens in the treatment plant's discharge. Adoption of the state budget is less than a month away, and officials of SUNY Sullivan and the county are concerned about potential cuts in the spending plan. Albany's commitment of covering 1/3 of the costs has not been met in decades, and other state reductions could come down the pike. Speaking for the entire Sullivan County Legislature, that has Deputy Chairman Mike Brooks worried.
I think it's time to really focus on education and as one of the paramount priorities, because without that, it puts us in a, I don't think we want to live in a world where education gets diminished each year.
SUNY Sullivan President Jay Quainton says one hit to the college this coming year could be interest on late payments to employee health insurance benefits. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
A 41-year-old Middletown man was sentenced to 10 years in state prison in connection with his guilty plea to burglary and the violent home invasion stabbing of his estranged wife. Orange County District Attorney David Hoovler says Jonathan Harris, who was a corrections officer for the city of New York, was also charged with 5 years of post-release supervision. Harris admitted that he broke into his wife's town of Wallkill home on July 16th of last year in violation of an order of protection. When she tried to call 911, he knocked the phone out of her hands and stabbed her in the chest, causing a puncture wound to her liver. Harris fled the scene but was arrested by Wallkill Town Police. A 53-year-old Town of Deer Park man's been arrested after a month-long investigation for a series of drug and weapons charges. State Police Troop F Violent Gang and Narcotics Enforcement Team, along with Town of Deer Park Police and City of Port Jervis Police, executed a search warrant on the home of John Norris on March 3rd that resulted in his arrest. The search yielded 2 loaded Code Red assault rifles, a loaded Springfield XD-45 .45 caliber handgun, 5 large-capacity ammunition feeding devices, several rounds of ammunition, a bulletproof vest, over 4 grams of crack cocaine, close to 2 grams of heroin, over 2 grams of amphetamine pills, 1.6 grams of clonazepam pills, 1.5 grams of fentanyl pills, over 32 grams of psychedelic mushrooms, 38 grams of Suboxone and naloxone sublingual films, a glass pipe with burnt crack residue, a digital scale, and over $6,100 in cash. He was remanded to the Orange County Jail on $50,000 cash bail or $100,000 bond. Roger Ramjung was dismissed by the Poughkeepsie School Board Monday. He was hired by the district last Wednesday for the administrative position of Executive Director of Strategic Planning and Resource Stewardship. On the same night he was hired in Poughkeepsie, the Newburgh Enlarged City School District was voting to accept his resignation from that district. The day after he was hired in Poughkeepsie, Mid-Hudson News alerted the new employer that Ramjung was under investigation by the Newburgh School District. The Poughkeepsie Board of Ed subsequently scheduled a special meeting for Monday to rescind Ramjung's appointment. Haverstraw police say the man shot outside the Manors apartment complex in Pomona Sunday evening has died. Police identified the victim as 33-year-old Eric Quinones of Pomona. When officers arrived to the scene at 229 Route 202, they found Quinones suffering from several gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The investigation is continuing. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com.